Oh, What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the final episode, at least for this season of this show, which is the Dead Funny Murder Mystery, because we are here at the finale. You are now going to find out who the killer is. We're also going to be able to see who everybody else votes for who they think the killer is. James is pointing at the edge of the screen. They had nobody there, but now he's pointing at Kelsey. The way I actually have us laid out is I'm dead in the middle. And then up this way to me is Kelsey. Up this way to me is James. Down this way is Canter. And down that way is JoJo.
Yeah, on my end it looks like he was accusing Canter.
Yeah. Yeah, because...
You try to point at me?
Yeah, in Discord, for sure, it's different.
Yeah, Discord, we're in a different setup.
So Canter, Kelsey's right above you.
Oh.
JoJo is directly to your left.
So wait, who am I pointing at right now?
You're pointing at Canter if you're doing the diagonal, yes. That's
what about this way?
Nobody. JoJo's directly beneath you. And Kelsey's directly to your right.
Okay, alright. I changed my whole thing, and I'm just going to go right here.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways.
He does seem sus.
It literally could be anybody. So.
Should be some fun. So, Kelsey's got the clues. I'll kind of let her take it away here. She can kind of refresh you guys on what she has down, on who's been eliminated, who hasn't been eliminated, and then you guys can kind of talk about it, and whenever you guys are ready to make your accusations, we will move forward there.
Oh, we don't get any more clues? This is it?
This is it.
Okay, so with the fingerprint evidence that we have, we've got Hugh, Juan, Ben, Al, Birdie, and Sam. If I remove everybody that we've removed for other reasons, that leaves Ben, Al, and Sam. So to review them real fast in detail. So Al is left-handed, 126 pounds and 5'10". Hang on, give me just a second.
1 inch shorter.
His argument, or his alibi, is that he was reading in his caravan about magic. And his caravan is the one with the balloons on it. So if you have the map ahead of you, the balloon's straight shot to the ringmaster's tent, but it is clearly in view of other tents. Next person on our list is technically Bobby Blaze, but I guess, yeah, Bobby, you didn't have any... You weren't anywhere on the... Okay, yeah. So
I had an alibi?
You had an alibi, and you didn't have a fingerprint on there. So you're not there.
And
so
I didn't have a weapon, so...
And now it's Bendy Body, the contortionist, left-handed, 5'9", so 2 inches shorter than our victim, and 145 pounds. And his alibi was that he was in a caravan with Sam, and Sam confirmed it. So I think we can remove Ben from our list, but Ben and Sam are both on our list. And Ben and Sam are each other's alibis. And Sam is an acrobat, he's ambidextrous, he's 5'10" and 131. And so they are each other's alibis, and they are in what tent? What tent are they in? Where's their alibi? Give me a second. Sam, Wavy Caravan.
Baby.
So... if we look at that,
it's on the south side
over there, and they are each other's alibis.
I have 2 questions. Maybe you can help with.
Yeah.
Who was the guy who was being a chef? That's Ben or Sam? As Ben. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, do we have any other details about Sam? Sam.
He was opioid.
Personal.
And he was
right. Yeah, he's a fucking drug guy. Right.
He's the drug dealer.
Was he actually opioid boy?
Yeah.
Sam was opioid boy.
Yeah.
I believe you. I'm just double checking my notes.
Yes.
Keep talking. Ignore
He's the one that said that people can easily get addicted to opioids, but he was the one that supplied opioids around.
Okay, so real fast, just to cover these guys from the original set of clues that we got. Ben was dumped by Rolo. Al, nope. Was there any rumor about Al? Yeah, Al spent time in prison for sawing a woman in half.
Mm-hmm.
Accidentally.
And Sam, I believe, as you already said that, yeah, Sam uses a lot of opium. So, with that in mind, with Sam using opium, it actually could be, who was Sam with? Sam was with Ben. So, yeah, Sam could be whacked out of his mind Ben could have snuck in, killed him, and snuck back out into, because they're in the wavy tent. They're in the wavy tent where nobody else can see them.
Sam gave Ben opioids, right? Hear me out. Ben got fucked up and went and killed whatever Rolls.
Rollo.
Rolls Royce.
Yeah, killed him because he was jealous because he got dumped. Am I wrong here?
You're right so
You're
far.
following.
There you go.
Or
Done.
Ben could have been strung out on the opiates, and Sam could have snuck off and did the deed while Ben was.
Or Ben. Who
passed out.
knows?
Yeah.
Ben could have confessed his sorrows
Mm-hmm.
to Sam. Here, brother, I got some shit that'll make you feel better. Let me take care of your problems.
Well, we know
Totally
this.
could've been.
We do know that Ben had the knife. So
Chef
that
skills.
means that
Chef skills.
Sam had the knife too. Then.
that means that both of them had direct access to the knife. Doesn't mean that either one of them did it. I'm just throwing that out there because in case you guys forgot that clue, that's what it said on the back of El Knifo over here, was that Ben D-Body originally trained to be a chef. So if it was a chef's knife and V is getting ruled out, I'm going to guess that, them calling this a dagger isn't actually a dagger. So
Yeah.
Hang on. Did you say it isn't actually a dagger? Is that what you just said? Them calling it a dagger is not actually a dagger?
I think they were calling it a dagger because they don't know what they were talking about.
That's fair. Yeah. We have some evidence that may be true. Can we read 3 things again to check on them for me? So I would like you to read Sam and Ben's alibis, please.
Okay, that's only 2 things.
Yeah. No, the third one I'm going to tell you in a second, and it's the clue related to Sam, where it talks about him using opioids. It was said by Bobby, so if you'd be willing to read that.
Sam,
it's okay if you don't want to.
Sam O'Salt, I spent the afternoon with Ben in his caravan. It's the one with the wavy lines on it. Ben's was, I was in my caravan all afternoon. Sam came to visit. We sat talking and drinking. And then Bobby's opioid clue was
Sam's opioid clue.
It was clue 6, if that helps.
Okay, that does help. I don't know how Sam O'Salt keeps performing. That amount of opium should surely affect them. But I guess when you're selling drugs to other people, you're likely to get addicted to them yourself.
Okay, so he's first and foremost the supplier.
Exactly.
Who is needing money around here?
Everybody, basically.
Basically everybody, yeah.
I mean, Sally beat Rollo. Rollo wouldn't pay her. But Rollo asked money back from somebody, and I forgot.
So Sally beat Rollo at poker, and he wouldn't pay her back. And then Bertie asked him for money because he was in gambling debt, and Rollo refused.
Right.
And he was garnishing, I think, Ben's wages for burning down a tent.
Right.
That was Bobby's wages.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah.
I burned out the tent.
Yes,
All right.
that's what I meant. I got your name wrong.
Don't mix the damn stories, okay?
I apologize.
All right. So where's Al? Where does Al fit in this section of clues we got going on here?
So Al, just to kind of compare our 3 people directly, give me a second.
Here's the argument for it being me.
You're
There's a
the
hole.
you're the only
There's a hole, but,
suspect left without an alibi.
the place where I say I am, I have no corroboration, and also that tent, which is my tent, that's we're assuming that's true, is next to the place where the guys were having a conversation about how I am not being taken to the next circus. So I have a motive based on hearing that. Maybe I could hear that come within a close distance.
Which tent are you in?
The balloon.
Balloon tent.
Okay. Which is right next to where the guy died.
Yeah. But I have no knife access.
You have no knife access.
Unless you went out the back and then ran all the way down.
I don't know nothing about knives.
And grabbed it while these two were passed the fuck out on drugs and then ran all
and
the way back over
drinking. For Ben, it was drinking. You are left-handed. You are the smallest. You're the lightest of the people. And all three of you are like technically under his height by an inch, like whatever. Ben, it's 2 inches, but you guys are basically the same height.
And then we know that the 6 people he was taking, Ben was one of them. Was Sam one of them or no?
What'd you say?
Out of the 6 people who were being taken, was Sam one of them or no?
Being chosen.
Oh, the people that get to stay. Give me a second.
I think Sam
Sam and Ben are both in that group. Ala's the only one who's not.
It's probably. I mean,
and I'm sorry, I actually misspoke. If you could put the map back up.
I sure can.
He was found in the ringmaster's tent, and in order for our murderer to get from, if it's Ben or Al and they're drinking in that wavy tent, they have to somehow get past Wendy, who's doing her rounds, who just went through the big top tent and didn't see anybody, to get to the ringmaster tent and like get away. If that makes sense, like you've like the balloon tent is the closest one,
which
that's true.
Is where I am. So that's not...
Yeah, I was gonna say you're off in the. Where the hell are you?
I'm in the diamonds.
You're in the diamonds. Yeah. And if Birdie's hanging around in the ticket booth with Wendy looking for cigarettes.
So we have drugs and chef knives together in one tent.
Yeah.
Which is relatively, I don't know.
What's Sam's motivation again? Like, he sells a lot of opium. He may use some, but that's all we have on Sam.
Who's baby mama drama we got going on here? Who was that?
Yeah.
I know it was Al and somebody.
Who don't matter. No, Birdie and Betty or whatever. The muscle man and human cannibal lady have a baby together. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, Birdie Boom and Birdie Bicep. Or
they don't seem to matter.
Whoop-de-doo.
To me, it seems like Ben is the most likely because of the previous relationship and everything.
Because he got dumped, right?
Yeah. Like, that's the only one I see motive in, because, like, and the only one that has, like, of the people that have held the knife, like, who among them has motive, really, that also fits the left-handed and size difference?
Probably doesn't actually factor in, but I take issue with, I guess, the premise that because he originally studied to be a chef, he now still carries chef knives around in the circus. Where is he using them? Why does he even have a knife? That's crazy. What? I did it. I killed you. Everyone. I killed everyone. I did it.
I feel like Al makes the most sense, but like in the games that I've played like this before, there was one clue that like I played one where it could have easily been 2 people. They were each other's alibis, but like one of them was wearing pink lipstick, and in the photo of the murder scene, there was a wine glass in the corner that had a lipstick stain on it, and that was the only way that you could tell that it was between these 2. And so I feel like we've got 3 people, and there should be a way to narrow it down further, and I don't know what we're missing.
I mean,
well, here's the thing. It's like they suggested that it was slighter and weaker, right? Like when they talked about the possible autopsy. Can you read that again?
Left to right, shorter because it was upper angle, and then lighter / weaker.
But like, if I'm 1 inch shorter than a guy, does that show in like?
That's my thing.
Because my arm is at his neck anyway.
Yeah, you're 1 inch. That doesn't seem like that big a deal.
Yeah, like, is there a person who's actually, like, straight up tight?
I discovered that the penetrating wound was 1/2 inch wide, 2 inches long, and the penetrating depth was 3 inches. The spine and brainstem had been completely severed. The wound had a slightly upward trajectory, indicating that whoever inflicted the blow was shorter than the victim. The wound was inflicted by left to right direction, indicating that the assailant was left-handed. The depth of the wound suggests that the assailant was not particularly strong and probably slightly built. The cause of the death was penetration of a long, sharp instrument into the back of the neck.
So yeah, we've got a contortionist and an acrobat, both of which are very strong. Like, you have to be strong to do that job.
Yeah, I'm not fucking wizard.
And you're a magician. You are tiny. You're 126 pounds and 5'10". Like, you are
That's
freaking
insane.
skeletal. Yeah, right? Like, that's ridiculous.
I'm like 80 pounds more than that and an inch shorter.
So, yeah, I'm 5'10", and I've been near 126, and it was when I was deeply unhealthy.
Like, I mean...
I feel like
thing,
it's... Yeah.
Like, there's no clear indication of, like, why I have a knife, but, like, my fingerprints are on it.
You're
So,
a
yeah,
fucking
so, like,
magician!
So, like, the
You
point,
pulled
like,
it out of your hat!
Yeah. The thing about the chef is irrelevant because we know 6 people's fingerprints are on that knife regardless. It doesn't, no one's background matters. We know these people touched this knife.
And the thing is with that is, like, but here's the thing. Right now it's down to the 3 of you. One of you has a history of being with knives, and that person shares a room with the other person whose fingerprints are also on there. So, like, of the 3 people, you are the one who doesn't have a reason to be near that knife. If that makes sense.
I have a reason to be, well,
Don't
yeah, I
hold
would
that
say
But there's a lot of other
the
people.
guy's
that
not
shouldn't hold it.
actively a chef, right? He studied to be a chef and is now a contortionist or whatever. And, like, what is he doing with a chef's knife? There's not a kitchen in his fucking tent. Like, why is he even have a chef's knife here?
Yeah.
Like in practice, it doesn't seem like it should actually, like, in real human terms, make a difference. Like, everyone has equal no reason to have a knife for a chef in a tent.
Yeah.
Hugh, do you got any thoughts?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I mean, it's got to be one of the 6 unless it's misdirection with no fingerprints.
Well, it's got to be one of the 3. Like, I don't think it's... We've ruled out Hugh for other reason, Juan for other reasons, and Birdie for other reasons.
I love how you guys have been working to narrow it down to 3 people, and Cantor's first response is, well, let's talk about all the other people who we're not talking
I already
about.
gave my choice. My choice was Ben. My choice was Ben.
It's got to be one of those guys.
I think it was Hugh.
No. That would be funny, but...
Are you really going to chuck your, like, opportunity to be right at that?
No, it's me. I did it.
Okay.
No, I think it's Ben, because it just makes the most sense to me. Really, the clues are not very, like... None of them seem to directly show.
Claimed that this game was going to be amazing, so we tried it out.
Perfect. I mean, if you take it at face value, the time that I was in prison, I did not intentionally do a thing, so I'm not, like, inherently a violent person or whatever. That's not, like, int necessarily, but I don't know. It seems like I don't have an alibi that's good, and also I do have access to have overheard a guy saying that I'm not in it,
Yeah. That's true, too.
Yeah, and I'm a tiny weirdo who held the knife.
Yeah. I feel like you're the one that makes sense at this point, but I also have this sinking feeling that I'm missing a clue that would make it clear why it was one of the other ones. So
it feels unsatisfying because I'm so unpersonally invested in. It's like, oh, I could be any of the 6 people. Why does it matter? Like, nothing specific about me that's like, oh, this is why I did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's also what opens us up to, I guess, this is a game where there could have been multiple endings.
There is multiple endings.
Right. So if you have to narrow it down to, there's some options, and I'm just one of the options. And the specific, paths we took end us with me the option.
So
it works.
Okay. So we've got 3 people. Canter, you want to guess Ben. You want to guess Al. I want to guess Al. Do you, Bobby, James, do you care enough about who you're guessing, or are you willing to guess Sam? That way we've got our bases covered. One of us is right.
I just know it's a murder.
You just know it's a murder.
We gotta figure out who did it. Okay.
Are you willing to guess Sam?
I'm willing to No.
No, you want to guess Al with me and
I won't.
JoJo?
Magic's in my blood. I don't know what else I would do if I wasn't a magician.
Al is a suspicious name.
So if I am
I would
not,
never name
if
my
I
kid
was
Al.
going to be fired and no longer be able to be a magician, then what am I doing? I would be on
Al did it.
like some
Al,
sort of common
Al turned
homeless.
a rabbit to a chef's knife, killed him.
Okay, so I think the bulk of us are guessing Al, and
Okay.
Canter is guessing Ben.
Well, let's move into the solution. So, who murdered poor Rollo up? Let's examine the evidence. First, motives. All of you have very good reasons to want Rollo out of the way. There are debts, spurned lovers, would-be lovers, drugs, adultery, people with criminal past, lawsuits, and embarrassing secrets. We all know Rollo was murdered by someone shorter than him. That puts Donna, V, Sam, Bobby, Crystal, Al, Bertie, Ben, and Sally in the frame. His attacker was left-handed, which throws suspicion on Sam, Bobby, Juan, Bertie, Al, Hugh, and Ben. Then there were the fingerprints on the murder weapon. They're very incriminating for Sam, Juan, Bertie, Hugh, Ben, and Al. We know Rollo was killed around 6:15 p.m. in the evening, and any one of you could have had access to his tent at this time. But that's not relevant. What is relevant is the conversation between Rollo and Ringo, the owner of the Big Top Circus, in which it became obvious that Rollo had already decided which 6 performers were coming with him to the best circus in the world. Ha ha ha! Yeah, forgot about that. I'm gonna do that. What if someone overheard that conversation and discovered they weren't on the list? Maybe they decided to do away with Rollo so they would be in the chance for joining the new circus after all. The only people who could have overheard this conversation were Al, Donna, V, Crystal, Barbie, and Sally, and possibly Juan and Bobby. If the conversation was or had been very loud, of course. 4 performers were not, it seems, headed for the new circus, but instead would be out of a job. Bobby, Crystal, Barbie, and Al. But only one of these 4, all who have great motive for wanting Rollo out of the way, is shorter than Rollo, left-handed, slightly built, and their prints were on the murder weapon. Al Illusion, yes, it was you. Now you can award trophies based on the other players' votes for Best Actor, Best Costume, and Best Detective trophy to the person who solved the mystery correctly. So, Al was the killer, and we have Kelsey to thank for this ending. A very, very long time ago, I had her pick a color. That's the color that you picked.
Oh, okay.
So Kelsey,
who else could it have been?
So the other 3 options, which I wanted to actually just pick one and go with it, but I said, fuck it, we'll go. The other options were Bobby Blaze, if we went with a red ending, and Sam O'Salt, if we went with the yellow ending.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so that actually changes the clues to show up.
Whenever I read the rules the first time, it says that Bobby Blaze, Al Illusion, and Sam O'Salt have to be dealt out to actual people every single time. But then we all had that conversation about the fact of, in the rules, it doesn't say to tell the killer if they're the killer, and we all agreed that that doesn't make sense because the killer would want to obviously try to placate the fact that they weren't them. Now, here's where 2 things come into this. One, originally, Canter was Sam O'Salt. I had planned to go with the Sam O'Salt campaign and changed Canter to Huge Shoes. I lied to Canter, telling him it was because his character didn't participate enough, and since there was only going to be 4 of us playing, I wanted him to have a character that was going to be a lot more in the frame and talkative, so therefore he got Huge Shoes. So that way none of you would be the killer, because I didn't see a reason why we could play one where none of you were the killer. Then I forgot about that and let Kelsey pick the color, and that's what led us to JoJo being the killer.
Okay,
so
Amazing.
That's how that happened. So, and honestly, this entire time we've been playing, I honestly thought Sam O'Salt was the killer. And then until I opened the thing and I saw Al Illusion, I was like, well, fuck it, we're here. So, so Sam O'Salt was supposed to be the killer. But
really did like James's explanation of like, hey, what if he opioided this guy out? Like that's
Yeah,
smart.
no, it was good.
No, it was a good call.
And then the knife comes in, whatever. But like,
yeah, it was a good call. So, unfortunately, it doesn't explain how you got the knife and how you got to Rollo. It just says that you were the
Well,
main
I walked
person
across the.
that did it.
Yes.
Magic trick.
I feel like you got fucked up. You were jealous, and you went fucking took revenge.
Yeah, it's just like I was near there, and apparently I'm a guy who does murder.
Yeah, you cut people
Apparently.
in half. It happens.
Who
Okay.
knew?
So yeah,
Okay.
now we'll do the trophies, and the way, like I said, I want to do this. We'll just start out. I can start.
Remind us
go,
what they are.
Well, yeah, I'm about to get there. I'll start, and then I'll go to Kelsey, then to James, then to Canter, then to JoJo. The way I'd like to do it is you can name who you want, and if you want to say something nice as far as why you think they should get it, then you can do that. But the options are best actor, best detective, best actor, best detective, best dressed. So I'll go ahead and start, and I want to start with best actor, and I 100% think that this goes to James, and the reason why is all of you did a really, really good job. I don't think any of you picked up on it, but James, would you please fix your outfit the way that you just had it before we got to this? His whole deal was that he had to act like he was getting drunker and drunker and drunker the entire show. And I don't think anybody else picked up on that. And he had his glasses tilt to the side and everything. I think you did an extremely good job at doing that.
So if anybody noticed, like the beginning, I was very talkative, and then like I got more and more quiet as it went on.
Slurring his words.
It was very hard for me not to like tell you who I wanted to pick and stuff at the end. Like I don't care. There's a murderer. We just need to pick somebody. Kind of like it was very hard for me not to be involved in this. But the whole challenge kind of like played through from beginning all the way to the end. So
Bobby Blaze's actions. This was something that he didn't read to you. Was that he was supposed to be doing his best impressions of fire, which you did a little bit in the beginning. You kind of slowed down because of the other spot that you had.
Yeah.
Wave your arms around in front of your face, make sizzling, crackling noises, look disdainfully at anyone who can't work out of what you're doing.
You can't tell because I've got goggles on.
Yeah.
But his secret trait was, as the event progresses, act more and more tipsy, stumble over your own words, drop things, giggle uncontrollably, blah, 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 blah. For Illusion, his action, which JoJo, you did a great job with, randomly waving anything long as if it was a wand, shouting abracadabra or alakazam or even, you'll like this. Not a lot, but you'll like it. Which I was really hoping you were going to use that one, though.
I don't know what the fuck that's about. Is that a reference to something? Like, I don't know what
I just think it's like, hey, I'm going to do a magic trick. You'll like it. Not a lot, but you'll like it. And then the thing that you didn't do was your secret trait, which was
I forgot about it after the first one.
Every single one of you basically did, besides
I did
James.
For the first one. I promise you, I did fake sneezes.
Yeah, every time the word murder is said, let out a ridiculously loud sneeze, then look very surprised.
Amazing.
But I fully got two fucking...
All of your secret traits were good. Yeah, all of your secret traits were good. I picked the best ones that I could out of the box. Action. This is for V Sharp. Try to convince other guests to let you throw knives at them at your next performance, which you did. Flatter them, bribe them, do whatever you need to do. Your secret trait, which you didn't do.
No. Go back and watch the videos. I made oinking noises. I made neigh noises. I made bird noises.
I didn't hear that at
I did
all.
it in every single video. And JoJo at one point was like, I could see him be like, it was a fucking oink into that drink, but okay.
I didn't see that
like,
at all.
Go back and watch it.
Okay.
I did in every video.
I gotta edit it.
The last one.
To me. I may have heard a noise, I guess.
Except for the last video, because we didn't have time. I made an animal noise in every single one of them.
Okay, fair enough.
Try me.
Fair enough.
I believe it.
Fight me.
Occasionally let out a string of random animal noises, but don't stop doing perfectly normal things at the same time.
I fucking
neighed
into my beer.
Fair
like,
Sure. She said she made her beer.
And then for Huge Shoes, his action was occasionally slap your hand on the table and just burst out laughing. See how many people you can get to join you. And his secret trait was whenever another guest mentions your name, scream and yelp in a very surprised fashion, which you did in the beginning.
Oh, sure.
Slacked off a little bit, but to be fair,
yeah.
There was a lot of breaking the fourth wall here, and there's a lot of more Canters and JoJo's and Kelsey's versus actual Huge Shoes. So, but whenever I did the roll call, was the first time I noticed it because it said Huge Shoes. You're like, oh, that's me. Yes. And I was like, okay, cool. He's already getting into the secret trait. So.
And then Danny Dingling had said for you to laugh every time the word circus was.
Oh, mine was so annoying. So I actually, I actually failed on mine as well as far as my secret traits. So I was supposed to Okay, you're the host as Danny Dingling, the owner of the Starlight Circus. Your role is to make sure things run smoothly. You have a strange habit of singing a very tunelessly whenever there is a lull in the conversation, which I did that one time. I was like, why can't we be? And you started making fun of me because the song was...
Yeah, right.
I did it once. And then the other one is you also tend to laugh loudly whenever anyone, including yourself, says the word circus, which you guys obviously picked up on.
Yeah,
I did that one.
Which you did with hate in your heart.
There was so many times where, because I chose to read the fucking reports, that I had to say circus, and it was so fucking annoying. But I would have done it anyway, because it was whenever anybody said it, or myself. Anybody. It would have been better whenever you guys were, if you guys would have been doing it, because then it would have been, it would have interrupted what you guys were doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Which would have been funny. But anyway, so yeah, that's my vote for best actor. Kelsey.
Yeah, no, he wins. You're right.
No, I agree. There doesn't need to be an argument. Like, we all agree.
James.
Or maybe Canter, if Canter has a different opinion.
James did really good.
James walks away with Best Actor Award. Good job, buddy. All right, so next up would be Best Costume. As far as Best Costume goes, it's a very big tie for me between Canter and Kelsey. You both put in a lot of very, very big work. I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards Kelsey, because if we have to look at the costume as a whole, and I don't mean this in any bad way towards you or towards Sam, what you did was great, but if you look at the costumes as a whole, you did obviously bare minimum, to where Kelsey went all over the place. So
I even have a skirt.
her
I have
props.
A fluffy...
Yeah, she had her props. She had everything. So best costume, in my opinion, goes to Kelsey.
I kind of disagree. I would vote for you, Chris.
I mean, I just bought this off of Amazon, though. Like, you went through a lot more work than me.
You pulled out a 17-foot fucking sword.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. So
I
for
flashed
me,
3 knives over the course of this.
You slashed a boob knife, a dagger, and a fucking sword. So
yeah.
I didn't think of that as costume, but you're right.
Her props, exactly.
I did specifically bring props.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like I said, Kelsey for me as well. So, all right. So we're all in agreement on Kelsey. And then
Canter's, yours is amazing. You deserve credit.
Yeah. Like I said, no slight to you whatsoever. But if we're gonna look at it, like I said, in your costume, I look at it as bare minimum. In my costume, I look at it as bare minimum because, like I said, I literally, this entire thing came together. It's not like I went out and purchased multiple different things. Like, this was just
everyone
boom,
be generous to yourself. The bare minimum was me.
That's fair. bare minimum was JoJo with the cape and a Wiimote.
Yeah. All it said was a long object. To be fair, like, yeah.
Can we split that award between the two? Like, can Canter and Kelsey share that award?
I mean, they can. I don't care.
Okay,
they can.
sure.
If that's what you want to do, that's
morally,
fine.
Let's share it, Canter.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. We'll share.
I'm not mailing these to anybody. They're going back in the box. So regardless, you can
totally.
say whoever got the fucking. We can end this, and JoJo can be like, "I got all 3 of them. It was great." It doesn't fucking matter. So
that's JoJo's next tweet. He hasn't tweeted in 8 years, and his next tweet, I got all the awards.
And then starting off with the Best Detective Award, this one is also another hard split for me, and I think that is 100% between Kelsey and JoJo. The reason why I'm going to lean a little bit more towards JoJo on this is because even though it was your character, by the time you got to that, you had very strong convictions. You're like, it was fucking me. It was me.
Yeah.
Like, you said it well before everybody else did. You were just like, it's me. It was like fucking episode 3, and you're like, it's fucking me. Like, it's me. So, once again, the other hard part of this is Kelsey. You did an amazing job taking down the notes for everybody. You did all the hard work. That's where it's at. To where JoJo is like, I fucking already know what it is. So that's why it's hard for me. So technically, I give it to both of you. But like I said, technically JoJo did figure it out first, which is what the rules say. So if we're going by the rules, I say JoJo. If not, I give it to both of you. So that's where I'm at.
If we can split it like we did the costume, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
JoJo, are you okay with that, or do you feel like you're being robbed? Okay, let's share it.
Okay, there you
Perfect.
go.
Everyone collectively forever will know that I figure it out first.
There you go.
The award doesn't matter.
Yes, exactly. No,
No,
perfection.
Kelsey, you were very helpful.
Yeah, you're super helpful.
You took all the notes.
Yeah,
so
the
that's great.
notes were key, honestly.
Which I want to point out, Canter was taking notes as well. I just think
Yes,
he kept it quiet. He didn't tell everybody his notes.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's a little bit, and it only makes sense to me though.
We have different approaches to how we handle things.
That's true.
You took meticulous notes, and I don't know, just thought, that tent is the tent. The two things are next to each other. That's probably it, right? I said my tent's that tent. Okay, but that's where that tent. Oh, it's me.
Yep.
Well, I just played drunk, so.
Hey, man, that
And
was
you ate fire.
Yeah, like
That's
I said, you stuck to your secret trait like hardcore. It was like it would have been one thing if you were just talking. Like if you were just talking and then Kelsey reminded me that she did the noises, it would have been a lot harder to make that split. But you specifically like made your fucking glasses tilt, and then you had your hat tilted and shit. And then there was like at first, like you said, you're kind of up and preppy, and then it was like a lot more of like a slump in the chair. Somebody died.
I did notice at the very end when I was trying to get you to like speak about who you wanted, and you were just like not engaging. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Like, what's going on, James? Like, how tired are you? Like, I had that thought, but I wasn't going to be an asshole, and now I recognize like you were just like,
this character.
God damn it, I want to answer this question.
Yeah, I desperately wanted to put in, but like as character, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. There's a killer.
Yeah, I think. Also, to his credit, he was the one most on board with the concept of names. And like was Bobby or whatever.
For sure. Yeah. You called everybody by their actual name.
Focused on us being in 1905. He was most focused on us being different human, which is important.
Accurate.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like, you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and definitely comment down below if you want to see more stuff like this, because we don't have to do this just for Halloween. It's not like we're going to do this every single fucking month, but we don't have to do this just for Halloween. You know,
we can definitely absolutely do, this shit was fun.
Or October,
Yeah, this was a good time.
It was fun.
So, you know, I'm always down to look into other, you know, kind of games, whether we're going to do murder mysteries. I mean, there's all different types of board games out there. It's just more about finding stuff that is webcam friendly. Yeah. That's the big thing. Like this, you guys, I mean, you didn't even really need the first clues. I could have done all that, but I thought it would be fun for you guys to be like, oh, let me talk to so-and-so about somebody.
Yeah,
everybody about speech impediment. Fuck it.
There you go. Exactly. So
you couldn't read through the goggles.
To be fair, now we can say this, these fucking suck. Okay? So, I cannot read nothing on this with this. Okay, so that was terrible. Well, we'll just go ahead and throw that out there. So I'm not actually retarded. Okay, maybe slightly, but not as much as I was portraying to be. Okay, it was really fucking hard.
It was acting.
That reminds me of the fucking Alex Jones meme where it's like, kind of retarded.
I'm just kind of retarded. Okay, they do exist, but
not for eyes reason.
Oh man, yeah, not for eyes reason. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you hit those links down in the description below. Also, if you disagree with who got the awards, throw it down there below. Who do you think should have got best dressed? Who do you think should have got best? Go ahead.
Canter didn't bitch at all about that makeup, and that makeup sucks to have on your face for a long period of time. And I do think we need to acknowledge that.
Like, he's a strong candidate for that award.
Yeah,
absolutely. He was my vote, and then they said a bunch of knife stuff. And okay,
but the knives are cool.
If she had not brought the knife
makeup, and Canter has like a lot of makeup. Also, I guess Kelsey has makeup. I can't tell because like I can't see that so clearly because it's like subtle.
I would look weirder in person.
Yeah.
But either way, if you think someone else,
I can look weirder in person.
Also, Kelsey
look really weird
to begin with, and Canter to go out to some kind of weirdo store.
That is true. I used makeup.
Now he's got like a bunch of extra red makeup. What is he going to do with it?
He has a child. Like, figure it out. Just slap it on the kid.
We used up all the red.
He's actually going to sleep in that.
Are you kidding?
I would work tomorrow and get a raise.
You don't understand. If I slept in this, then we would have a murder mystery that you'd have to solve.
It's his wife.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and solve that.
That'd be pretty easy. I don't think that we need all that.
Right?
Yeah.
It's actually
I do like how James pointed out and get a raise. Like that'd be a way to get a raise. Fucking come in with a clown face. Boss isn't gonna really say no to too much shit to you that day. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah,
Boss, I
you've already shown you
unprompted
don't
came
care.
dressed as a clown.
Yeah.
Honey, please.
Yep.
Exactly. But yeah, you can vote on who you think got best dress. You can vote on who you think was the best actor. You can vote on who you think was the best detective. And if you have any suggestions for some games that you know that are webcam friendly, I am open to those as well because it helps me do, cut down a little bit on my own research. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you guys had a great October watching all of our spooky content. I think that this is actually the final episode of October. So I hope you enjoyed all of our Spooktober content. We had a lot of fun making all this. It's been awesome. And we will see you guys in November.